everybody, today I want to tell you about a short conversation between two people, the woman and the man. The woman said to the man she had finished with that letter, so she was ready for lunch then. The man agreed with her, and he said he only had time for coffee that morning. The woman suggested going because the restaurant was just across the street. Conversation 2. The man said to the woman that lights were too long, and he thought they would be waiting there forever. The woman said they only were buying a few things. They could use the pleasure calling. The man agreed with her because he just wanted hurry up and paid and got home. Conversation 3. The woman wanted to know how long Sarah had been working there. The man replied he had interviewed her last month and she had started there 3 weeks before. The woman surprised by that, and she thought it seemed like she was been there for several months. Conversation 4. The man asked the woman how she would like to pay for her new book. The woman wanted to know if he would take a check. The man agreed with her, and he told he would need to see a driver's license or some form of identification. Conversation 5. The woman said to the man she really needed a break because she had been working so hard that month. The man agreed with her, and he suggested going to the beach. The woman agreed with him, and she suggested spending a week at the beach. Conversation 6. The man asked the woman if Tina had been sick the day before because she had missed a staff meeting. The woman disagreed with him, and she said Tina had got there too late because she had been stuck in traffic. The man agreed with her, and he told that accident Townsend had caused a big traffic jam. Question 7. The woman wanted to know the man's opinion of his vacation. The man replied to her he had never been bored because it had rained the whole time. The woman commented that was too bad, and she knew he had been expecting to relax and have fun. Conversation 8. The man wanted to know the woman's opinion of her job. The woman replied to him it was great. However, she only got paid once a month. The man agreed with her, and he said he got his paycheck every 2 weeks. Question 9. The woman asked the man if that was his boss who just called. The man agreed with her, and he said she wanted him to take some paperwork down to accounting. The woman suggested giving it to her, and she would drop it off on her way down to the mailroom. Conversation 10. The man asked the woman if she had read that dress report. The woman replied to him it was terrible, and she thought they should tell him to reply before his boss saw it. The man agreed with her, and he commented they didn't want him to get fired. Conversation 11. The woman said to the man things wasn't good slowly, and Fries continued to write. The man agreed with her, and he said it was getting harder and harder to find a job. The woman commented the cost of housing was going up too. Conversation 12. The man said to the woman she was talking that jacket right back to the store. The woman was surprised by that, and she thought it looked good on him. The man replied to her he only worn it once, and only it for lots of barn. Conversation 13. The woman wanted to know the man's opinion of her new shoes, and she said she had got them at the new department store. The man replied to her the shoes were nice. However, he never went to that store because it was too big and disorganized. The woman disagreed with him, and she thought the people who worked they were so helpful. Conversation 14. The man wanted to know if the package was on his desk and why he didn't see it. The woman replied to him, she had put it there. It was on the shelf. The man asked her, what shelf? And he figured down the one by the door. Conversation 16. The man said to the woman that he was having a small birthday celebration for Steve that day. The woman surprised by that, and she wanted to know where it would be. The man replied to her, in John's office, and he suggested hurrying back after the lunch hour. Conversation 17. The woman wanted to know the man's opinion of the new copy machine. The man replied to her, he couldn't find out how it worked. The woman suggested showing him, and she said it was easy to learn how to use it. Conversation 18. The man said to the woman they planned to leave the office at 5 and went to the movie, and he suggested joining them. The woman disagreed with him because she had a ticket to the baseball game that evening. The man agreed with her and he said goodbye to her. Conversation 19. The woman said to the man she wished she could join him for lunch because she was really hungry. The man wanted to know why she didn't come with them if she didn't like the restaurant. The woman replied to him, it was not that. She just had too much work she had to finish. Conversation 20. The first woman said to the second woman, the secretary had left the package on her desk, and the first woman asked who it had sent. The second woman replied, it was just some paper her lawyer wanted her to sign. The first woman surprised by that, and she thought it had been something interesting like a present from the second woman's husband.